Well, hello, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2016. And, oh, we're still in a Renault. Oh, cock. Anyway, as you can see, we move on to the next round of the championship, which is in Great Britain. And we're currently in 10th place with 19 World Championship points. So let's have a look at the laptop. Then you can see that nobody has actually put any developments on their car, which means we can now go to ours. And we can see that, yeah, we're still second from last.
Hey, looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
Cool, MZ, I'd like to outperform you. Yes, 4 times in the bedroom. Cool, what a MILF. Anyway, our new rival is now Jenson Button in the McLaren Honda.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950. With Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
So let's see where we ended up after qualifying, shall we? First place was Nico Rosberg, second for Daniel Ricciardo, third for Kimi Raikkonen, fourth for Lewis Hamilton, fifth for Sebastian Vettel, sixth for Maxi Boy, seventh for Sergio, eighth for Nico, ninth for Fernando, 10th for Jenson Button, 11th for Esteban, 12th for Romain Grosjean, 13th for Valtteri, 14th for Marcus, 15th for Felipe, 16th for Felipe Mark II, 17th for Rio Haryanto, 18th for Kevin, 19th for Pascal, 20th for... we're last, lads. We're last on the grid. Anyway, it's time once more for the 5 lights to go out on the all seasons career mode. And we say go, go, go. And it's away we go from last place on the grid at our home Grand Prix at Silverstone. As we go into turn 1 now, and we just know it's going to be another audacious dive bomb from Hookster. Well, it's a sort of audacious move, but he managed to get past his teammate, I do believe, yes, past K-Mag into the next turn. And oh my goodness, there goes the audacious dive bomb from the Hookster once again. Past the Sauber now, we're up into 15th position, and now going for a move on 2 more cars. That was a Williams, and I do believe another Sauber as well. So up now into 13th place. Yes, from last on the grid up into 13th position. It's another fantastic performance from the driver that never gives up and he never surrenders, don't you know, don't you know. Yes, anyway, we're now chasing our next target, which is Romain Grosjean in, of course, the Haas car. Yes, the Haas. And in front of him, he's got his teammate, Esteban Gutierrez. So it's wall-to-wall Haas in front of us at the moment as we now go through the old section, or should I say the old pit lane of the Silverstone circuit. And we're now going to travel through the absolutely glorious Maggots and Beckett section of this Grand Prix at Silverstone. It's just such a shame that they didn't stick with the original layout, which is a lot better than what this one is. But anyway, we persevere because it is still Silverstone. It is still our home Grand Prix. As we storm down the hangar straight now, let's see if we can catch up to the back of Romain Grosjean, who's got, of course, his teammate in front, and he goes for a move down the outside of his teammate Esteban Gutierrez, and this gives us the opportunity that we need to see if we can get past both these Haas cars. Oh, this is going to get very, very dicey indeed, but the Hookster's going to do one of his customary dives down the inside and manage to take out both of them, does he? Yes, he does. Oh, there's a car gone round. There's a car gone round. I think that was one of the Haas cars. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, we continue on in 11th place now for Hookster. I'm just going to lap 2 now. Lap 2, 11th place. Wowzers, me trousers. Our next target is Jenson Button in, of course, the McLaren car, which hopefully we may get a drive for in a future episode. We're hoping for anyway. And you can see the glorious camera view there from sort of the side cowling, and you can just see some of the back tyre of that Renault car and some of the livery on the side of it as well. Absolutely beautiful camera shot there. Well done, Codemasters. Well done indeed. And you can see something else that's absolutely beautiful, and that's the Hookster. Unfortunately, he's driving a yellow car when he should be driving a red one, but that's just mere semantics, because we all know that the Hookster is going to win this championship. Quite possibly not by the end of this season, but definitely season 5. Otherwise, this game is going in the bin. Yes, I'm binning it. I know, I can't bin it because it's actually a digital copy, but I will bin it. Anyway, we continue on once again. Is this the Maggots and Beckett section? I think it is. And we're trying to catch up to the back of these McLaren cars. You can see Jenson Button there was having a right ding-dong battle with his teammate, Fernando Alonso. But can we catch up to the back of these McLarens? So the McLarens are pretty much in the middle in the development at the moment, so they are faster than this banana car. Yes, we call it the banana car because it's it's slippery, just like a banana, and it doesn't go very fast. Hey! Anyway, we complete lap 2 now and go into lap 3, and you can see we're still in 11th place, still chasing Fernando Alonso. The car behind us now is Valtteri Bottas in, of course, the Williams from 2016. That's when Williams was still producing pretty decent cars, it has to be said, pretty decent cars, and we were getting some pretty up-and-coming stars driving those cars as well. Of course, Valtteri Bottas then went on to drive for Mercedes, and of course we had Felipe Massa, of course, one of the ex-stars of Ferrari as well in that other Williams car. And it's just unfortunate that due to the fact that the Williams team were on limited funds, that they've slowly had to sort of downgrade their drivers. They used to pick some of the elder statesman drivers, you know, the drivers with lots of experience, which was really good at pushing the team forwards, but these days they just seem to be just employing young children to drive their cars for them, and this isn't looking good for Williams, especially with what's happened at the moment, whether they are going to be able to continue in Formula 1. We hope that they do, because it'll be a sad day when Williams leaves the grid in Formula 1, but we've just got to wait and see what happens at the moment. Anyway, down the hang straight once again, still 11th place for the Hookster, 10th still for Fernando Alonso, 12th for Valtteri Bottas. We've got quite a bit of a gap, as you can see from the mini screen, over Valtteri Bottas at the moment, so it's looking good, maybe for some points, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, Button's just going to 10th place, so I think he just got past his teammate, and at the moment leading the race is Nico Rosberg. Nico Rosberg is winning the race at the moment on lap 3 as we just go into lap 4. So we are just going past the pits, and I do believe some cars have come into the pits, so we've made it up into 9th position now on lap 4, 9th place. Oh, we've got yellow flag. Oh, Daniel Kvyat is out of the race. Wowzers. And a safety car. And Sergio. Oh, we've got a complete clusterfuck in front of us. What is going on here with those cars? The safety car has been deployed though. We're up into 6th place now. We've got to slow down. We'll go to a replay in a minute and see exactly what happened there. But that's a definite cluster. So here's a replay. I think this is Fernando Alonso. You got always a car spun round there. That's one of the Force Indias. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There's contact. No, that was actually Jenson Button. I do apologise. As we now can see from another replay view, you can see that he actually got tagged, the Force India, from the Red Bull there, and smack straight into the other one. They both take each other out. And there's poor Jenson Button caught in the middle of that as well. Oh my goodness. So anyway, safety car is still out at the moment, which means we are going to make our pit stop. Yes, we are going to make our pit stop. I don't know if this is going to be much of an advantage, to be fair, at the moment. But we have made it up into 6th position. As we accelerate forward now, a little bit later into lap 4, as you can see, we now come in for our stop. Rosberg's still in the lead. We're still in 6th place. And there's quite a few cars that are going to go past us. I do believe that there's quite a few cars coming in as well. So I don't know how well this is going to work out for us. We'll have to find out, of course, as the race progresses. Lots of teams out of their garages waiting for their cars. It's almost a complete cluster of how we get into our pits, but we manage it. We now go on to the white sidewall tyre, which is, of course, the hard tyre for the rest of the race. And that is going to do us. There'll be plenty of laps left in those tyres to get to the end of the race. So we rejoin now. At the moment, we're still in the points, 9th position at the moment. But I think is there any more cars going past us? I don't think so. So I think we're going to rejoin behind the safety car in 9th position, which could look good for some World Championship points. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 5, and you can see that we are now staying behind Maxi Verstappen. And we're in 9th place. Gutierrez is ahead of us in 8th position, and Daniel Ricciardo is behind us. But we've got more cars coming to the pit, so we've made it up. Oh my goodness, we've made it up into 4th place, everyone. This is looking very good for some World Championship points, because don't forget, of course, we do not have to come into the pits again. So this is our position until the end of the race as we accelerate forward now to lap 7. The safety car's been out for quite a few laps now, but it is now time for the safety car to come in. We've made it up now into 3rd place, yes, 3rd position. We've got Lewis Hamilton, the best one in front of us, and Sebastian Vettel, and we're going to do a sneaky move on Lewis as the lights are going to go green and see if we can get past. We didn't quite manage it there, but I think it's going to be a dive. Oh, that was very, very close for the Hookster there. Very, very close indeed. But he dived down the inside of Lulu. Almost cocks it up. Just manages to rejoin the circuit. And yes, up into 2nd position. Wowzers, me trousers. 2nd place at the restart after the safety car for the Hookster there. But how long, in theory, can he hold on to this 2nd place with very, very fast cars right behind him? Well, we're going to find out, because Lulu's going for a move and he goes round. No! Lewis Hamilton goes round, everyone. Lulu goes round. but amazingly it looks like he has managed to hold on to it because he is still behind us in third place at the moment. Wowzers, he really is the blessed one, isn't he? He really is the blessed one because he's managed to stay behind us in third place despite getting spun round there. Vettel's still out in front at the moment and we're still holding on to second place. And look at this, also we are on the medium tyre. Everyone else has gone for the hard tyre as we accelerate forward now to lap 10 and we're under real pressure now trying to keep this second place. We got Nico Hulkenberg, I think, right behind us, but we managed to hold on at the moment. No, actually it's Verstappen now. It's Verstappen trying to get past. Wowzers. But we're still holding on to this second place because we want these World Championship points as we accelerate forward now to lap 12, and once again we've got pressure from the cars behind. This of course is inevitable. We've got Sauber, I do believe, of Marcus Ericsson trying to get past us. Wowzers. And of course Nico Hulkenberg in that Force India, but once again we managed to hold on to this second place. Yes, second position. Vettel is still out in the lead. I don't think we've got any chance of catching him. Just look at the mini screen and you will see that Vettel is miles out in front on that mini map. Absolutely miles. And anyway, this is the last lap, so this is the last opportunity the cars behind have got to try and get past us. Hulkenberg, I think, tried for a move there and didn't quite manage to pull that off, so I think we may have gained a little bit of ground on Nico Hulkenberg as we just go around the complicated section of the Silverstone circuit. Can we hold on, lads? Can we hold on to this second place? This is going to be absolutely fantastic, and a clear message to all the other teams and all the team bosses and team owners that, look, if I can do this in a Renault, just think what I could do in a Mercedes, yes, or even a Red Bull. Fantastic. So, just coming around the last section of the circuit, and we're going to go through the Maggots and Beckett's, I do believe, very soon indeed, past the old pit lane at Silverstone circuit. And we will see. Oh, there's a car trying to get past us. It's Hulkenberg once again. We have to go very wide on the exit there. But he's dropped back. So now we go through Maggots and Beckett's. There's Maggots. And there's Beckett's. And we have to tuck it in very tight there. Very tight as you now go down the Hangar Straight. So we've got just this straight. And Sebastian Vettel has won the race. But can we now hold off for Nico Hulkenberg? This is going to get very dicey indeed. I think he's going to have DRS on us, isn't he? No, I don't know if that's the zone there. Anyway, we continue on. Just a few more corners and I think we've got it, lads. I think we are going to cross the line in second place. That's 18 World Championship points, which is going to be absolutely fantastic as we cross the line in... Yes! Get in there! Second place. That's exactly what we needed. Oh my goodness. And there's Flavio Spaghettatorio. When's your Domino Day? I don't care because he bloody sacked me. Bastard. Absolute bastard. I hope you leave Formula 1 and go and join IndyCar, Ferrari. I really do. I just hope you do. Just go and join IndyCar because nobody wants you anymore. If you sack the Hookster, that's the end for you. There's just no going back. And there he is, everyone, on the podium. Look at him. So sprightly. He's only 38 years old and he's still got world championships in him. Something like that anyway. I can't get my words out this week. Anyway, there's Sebastian Vettel on the podium, and there's a Hookster. Look at this. Mouth wide open, ready for action. Oh, fucking hell. So there you go then. There's the driver standings. We're now in 9th position with 37 World Championship points. Sergio Perez in the lead at the moment in the Force India with 169 World Championship points. Sebastian Vettel in second, and in the Constructors we're in 6th position with 38 World Championship points. Okay, it's time to move on to the next round of the championship, and it's Hungary. And oh my goodness, we have got some sponsor bonus points. Fantastic. We will add those rather sharply to our total. And let's have a look. Oh my goodness, McLaren have done a huge amount of updates to their car. They've increased the downforce, the fuel consumption and the engine power. Oh dear. Where's that going to put us? Oh, it's okay. We're still second from last. But McLaren have gone right up into the middle there. Look at that. And so we are now going to put more developments on our car. Some rear wing end plates once again. And hopefully this will get us. I think this is going to get us just above Manor.
It's always wonderful to come back to the lively Hungaro ring A popular destination this, nice and close to the beautiful city of Budapest, with some exciting racing to boot. Who can forget Michael Schumacher pushing his old teammate Rubens Barrichello up towards the pit wall in 2010, or those great races of 2014 and 2015 as well.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Okay then, let's look at the final runners and riders. First place for Lulu, second for Max, third for Kimi Raikkonen, fourth for Nico Rosberg. In fifth position, it's Sebastian Vettel, sixth for Jenson Button, seventh for Daniel Ricciardo, eighth for Nico Hulkenberg, ninth for Sergio Perez, 10th for Alonso, 11th for Romain Grosjean, 12th for Valtteri Bottas, 13th for Marcus Ericsson, 14th for Felipe Nasr, 15th for Felipe Massa, 16th for Esteban Gutierrez, 17th for Kvyat, 19th for Pascal Wehrlein, No, I fucked it again. We were last anyway, who cares? So here, oh no. Now not only is this the worst track for the Hookster, it's also rain as well as the 5 lights go out and we say go, go, go. So it's away he goes from last place and we're on intermediate conditions as well. Could it get any worse for the Hookster? Could it get any worse? Well, the answer to that is pretty much no. But we're 3 abreast now going into the first turn, trying to get past his teammate Kevin Magnussen, and he manages to do one of his customary dives once again. Oh, look at this huge amount of cars, huge amount. Straight up into 10th position for the Hookster. He's got a car to the left of him. Now that's Fernando Alonso. He's got to be very, very careful with his slippery conditions. But once again he goes for, he makes contact now with Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, and double contact with Daniel Ricciardo. And that gives the opportunity for Nico Hulkenberg to try and get past in the Force India, and he does do. But look at that. What a fantastic move from the Hookster there. Wowzers, absolute wowzers, and he gets the place back, so he's up into 9th position as he goes a little bit wide on the exit there. But of course it's very, very slippery on these intermediate tyres. Now luckily, we will have to come in for a pit stop because the intermediates do not last for the whole Grand Prix, unlike the wet, which means it's usually a very boring race. So yes, we are all going to have to pit at least once for intermediate tyres, which should increase the excitement levels, even though it is raining at Hungary. Now, as I said, this is a very, very difficult track for the Hookster. In fact, it's his worst one on the calendar. He usually only ends up about, 16th, 17th finishing. But we will see what happens today. We have some good news, and that is at the moment the DRS is not going to be working because it's in the raining conditions. So that does slightly equalise the field. You've also got the fact that because it's raining, the engines don't have that extra performance that you would get in the dry conditions. So that means that the slower engines and the faster engines pretty much also equalise themselves out. So in that instance, it means that there's a good chance for the back runners to make up some good positions in these wet races. Anyway, this is now lap 2, and you can see as the Hookster gracefully soars away at that steering wheel in the wet conditions to try and keep the car on the track. He's still got a McLaren behind him. I do believe that is that Fernando Alonso? I think it is. I think it's the number 14 car. No, actually, I think that's Jenson Button. Wowzers. So Jenson Button is behind us, I do believe. I can see from the helmet design. And of course, Fernando Alonso's got his very distinctive helmet design. But the Hookster carries on. A little bit wide there, a little bit wide. And the car behind is still trying to get past. Staying very, very close to the rear end of the Hookster right now. Oh, this is going to get very, very dicey. Of course, we've got that very, very tight chicane coming up. Well, here it is actually. And at the moment, the Hookster goes through no problem whatsoever. So it's intermediate conditions, which means it's raining out on the circuit, but it isn't absolutely chucking down. That's why we're on the intermediate tyres. So who knows? It could dry out, but looking at it, I think it may stay wet for the entire Grand Prix at the moment. It doesn't look like it's going to stop raining, but it also doesn't look like it's going to start getting any heavier, which means we'd have to go on to the full wets, which is never good, especially if you're driving a yellow banana. So here we go then, underneath the Pirelli sign. You can see all the helicopters and the trucks in the background. I have to say, Codemasters, well done, good job on the background effects, and well done indeed. On the crowds, just look at the crowds, look at all those hundreds and thousands all cheering, and they're not really known because they're all soggy and wet and they've got dampness everywhere, and they're just sitting there going, oh god, why on earth did I buy tickets for a race and then end up and it's pissing down with rain? I mean, I could have just sat out in the garden in England and got this, couldn't I? And watched it on the telly. That's what they're all saying, but there you go, such is life and these things happen. So this is now lap 3 and I'm completely rambling. And it is Fernando Alonso behind the Hookster. Well, I thought that was Jenson Button. No, it is Fernando Alonso, and Ricciardo is out in ahead of him in 8th position. So just looking at the mini-map, you can see that there's quite a bit of a gap now between the Hookster and the cars ahead. And the Hookster goes wide, goes up on the curb. Oh, I think there was contact there. Was there contact with Fernando Alonso? Yes, there is, and there's more contact. Oh my goodness. Yellow flag, and Fernando Alonso's gone round. Fernando Alonso has gone round, I do believe. Well, green flags now, but yes, that was definitely Fernando going round. And the safety car, I don't believe it. The safety car's come out for that incident. Oh my goodness. So once again, we are going to come in for an early stop. Yes, we are. 9th place at the moment. Now this once again could look good for us. It could look good for us. Well, I have to say that was a pretty audacious manoeuvre there from Fernando Alonso to try and get past us, especially at that horrible chicane. That was really not on, and he was pretty much off the circuit trying to get past us there. But anyway, it's all over now. He's gone round. I think he's okay though. Yes, it says that he's still behind us. So we are going to come in for our pit stop on lap 3. Yes, on lap 3. We've got to observe the safety car limits, of course, as we come in. But we are going to change onto another set, of course, of the intermediate tyres because it is far too wet to go on any dries. And hopefully it's not going to dry up because otherwise that is going to completely cock up our strategy here. So we change on to another set of inters. There are other teams out. Look at that, Sauber's out as well. So this is not an exclusive decision by the Hookster as he rejoins the field now in 16th place, I do believe. Yes, 16th position. Oh my goodness. And he goes wide as he comes out. All the tyres just weren't warmed up enough, I do believe. Goes very, very wide, but he rejoins okay. So still 16th place for the Hookster. And he's got his teammate, Kevin Magnussen, as we accelerate forward now to lap 6. Well, the safety car is now coming in. We're right up the Jack Jones of our teammate. We've got to get past Kevin Magnussen pretty quick because, of course, we will get the team braking rights if we manage to do an audacious overtake. And we've done it. We've done it already. We get past K-Mag as the safety car just comes in there. So we're up into 15th position now. Lewis Hamilton is currently in the lead. And the car in front of us now is the Manor. Yes, I'm going to say that again. The Manor of Rio Haryanto. Yes, Rio Haryanto. So we cross the line going into lap 7 now. Lap 7, I was just checking to see whether Haryanto is actually coming to the pits. And I think the result of that was no, he hasn't come in yet. So it's looking good. It's looking good as we accelerate forward now to lap 9. There are now cars in the pits, everyone. There are cars in. So we are going to gain some positions. But are we going to get back into the points? That's the most important thing. And it's... no. It's only 11th place. Wow, it's only 11th position. But Rio Haryanto has still got to come into the pits, yes. So we are looking good for at least one World Championship points. We accelerate forward now to the end of lap 10. And there it is. You can see Rio Haryanto comes into the pits for his pit stop, and there are a few other cars in as well. So we may make up quite a few positions here. And our teammate is in as well, Kevin Magnussen. So we cross the line to lap 11 now. Go past the pits, up into 9th, 8th, and there's Maxi Boy Verstappen just rejoined the field. Oh my goodness, are we going to get past Maxi Boy? Yes, we do. So up into 7th place, and oh my god. Look at the car ahead, everyone. Yes, we haven't seen much of him this episode because he's either been too far ahead of us or some other reason. But there he is. It's Kimi Raikkonen in that stolen Ferrari. Yes, the stolen Ferrari from us. Unfortunately, I just don't think we're going to have the pace to catch him in these conditions and in this banana car. So I think he's away and gone. So we accelerate forward now to lap 13. Still in 7th place, but we're under real pressure now from Maxi Boy Verstappen in that Red Bull. He's got so much pace, of course, in that car compared with us. And there's a little bit of contact there as we go into the chicane. Oh, we go wide. We have to shortcut the chicane. Otherwise, we would have collided with Maxi Boy Verstappen there. We get a warning for corner cutting, but there's really nothing else we could do there. Otherwise, we would have smacked straight to the side of Max Verstappen like we did earlier with Fernando Alonso. As we accelerate forward out to lap 17, just going into the last lap of the race. Still in 7th place, but this is the last opportunity for Max Verstappen to try and get past us. We're going to turn 1. We've got quite a few cars trying to get past us, and Max is off to the left-hand side, but we're going to tuck it in really, really tight and hopefully push him out. Yes, we did push him out a little bit there, so we still hold on to this 7th place on the last lap of the race. Yes, the last lap of the race. Valtteri Bottas and the Williams is the car ahead of us now in 6th position. and he's away and gone. We've got no chance of catching him. And look once again at this huge trolley train of cars behind us. Just look at it. Just look. Huge train of cars. Unbelievable. It always happens to the Hookster that he gets a load of cars stuck up his Jack Jones. I think there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's about 7 cars right behind the Hookster, and there's a huge gap after that before the next gaggle of cars. And one of those cars in that gaggle is, of course, Kevin Magnussen. You can see with the yellow spot on the mini-map there, and he's way behind. Wowzers. So anyway, final few seconds. Lewis Hamilton has won the race. Well, that's quite to be expected, isn't it? Really, quite to be expected. And this is the last opportunity for anyone who's going to get past us, is going to attempt to get past us. And the car behind us now is Jenson Button in that McLaren car. So just a few more corners to go. Can we cross the line with more points for our team as we just go around the final corner? Well, we're just about to find out. One more corner to go, everyone. One more corner to go. Jenson Button. I don't think he's going to do it. We're going to tuck it in really, really tight just to make sure he doesn't try for a sneaky move down the inside of us. But no, we're going to cross the line in 7th place at the worst circuit for the Hookster, Hungary. Fantastic. Fantastic indeed. And in the wet conditions. And there is Toto Wolff. I am the Terminator. Is your name Sarah Connor? No, it's Steve. Oh, sorry. Anyway, there's Lulu in the McLaren car. Or even a Mercedes. Wow, I really can't get my words out this week. Oh dear. I think I've got lockdown fever. Anyway, there's the podium. There's Lulu. There's Sergio Perez. And there's the beautiful Mercedes car. Yes, beautiful silver arrows. As Lulu holds the trophy up high and starts throwing the champagne over everyone. Look at it. Yeah, go on. Get it in your eyes. Get it in your eyes. Well done, Lulu. Oh, Nico looks well excited there, doesn't he? Well excited. Fantastic. Okay then, so let's have a look at the final scores on the doors at the sort of halfway point of the season. We're in 9th place at the moment with 43 points. Sergio Perez at the lead with 184. Lewis Hamilton in 2nd place. And in the Constructors, we're in 5th position. Oh my goodness. Okay, just like to say once again, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always. And as always, there will of course be more later. So stay safe and stay indoors, because we should always listen to what our politicians tell us, shouldn't we? Anyway, thanks everyone, and good night.